Hello and welcome to this Affinity tutorial looking at making a bit of fun text. This is my second video like this. The first video could only really be done in Affinity Photo. The majority of it could have been done in Designer as well, but the perspective part of it couldn't be done in Designer, so I did the whole thing in Affinity Photo. This one can be done in either Photo or Designer, so for this one I'm going to do this in Designer. So this will be the end result. This will be the JPEG version with a coloured background, or you can save a PNG version without any background, so you can use it on whatever you want, change it with different backgrounds or whatever you. So let me just shut these down and we will start. So first of all, we need a new document, and I'm just going to do this in pixels. Let's do this in, and I'm going to make this 3000 by 2000. Size doesn't really matter that much. But I will make it with a transparent background so that we can make the PNG version later on. So what we now need is the coloured layer above this transparent background. Now in Affinity Photo I probably would have just added the new layer and flood filled it. You can do this whichever way you want. You can also do it by selecting the rectangle tool, picking your colour, and I'm going to go with a 50% black or 50% grey, however you want to call that, and draw that background in over the top, so later on I can just turn it off and then we can save it without a background as a PNG. But I find it easier to work with a coloured background to help see some of the effects, especially in the early stages when making a font, a text like this. So now we need to select the font that we're going to use. I'm going to come on to artistic text, and I'm going to come down to one that's called Arista Pro, and there's various ones here. What I want is the fat version of the font. I will add a link to a place where you can download the Arista Pro font, but you can use any font you want, but I find it does work best with a sort of a nice rounded edge font. So let me just start to type this. I'll do this all in capitals, but again that doesn't necessarily matter. Right, and I'm just going to center this and do it that way as well. So it doesn't really matter what colour it is, because we are going to be changing the colour. So what I'm going to do now is open up the character panel, which is just clicking on this button here, and again it's the same in Affinity Photo, and I'm going to change the tracking, which is the second one down of these panels on the left, and I'm just going to squeeze the letters closer together. Again, this is down to personal taste. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. It does help if I highlight the text. And you can bring the words closer together by using the baseline like that. And what I will do is I will also center all of those, and yes, I think I'm fairly happy with that as it is. I will just go back and center everything because I have moved things around. So once you're happy with how the letters are spaced and their size and position and what have you, I'm then going to change the colors, and you can do that from clicking in this font color box up here, and I'm going to come over to the gradient tab. Now by default you'll be going from white to black, so the white node at the moment is the biggest node, so that is the color that is we're going to be working on. So if I click inside this box here, and I'm going to be working with hex sliders because I'm going to enter a hex number, and that is E00BB3, which gives you this purple color. And if I click on the node on the other end and then click inside here, and the code for this one is F2FF19, which gives us this yellow. So I can close this down now. I don't need the character panel anymore, so I have the text going from this purpley colour to yellow, but you can pick whichever colours you want. If you need certain colours for a particular logo, you could do it that way. So now click on the text layer, make sure that is highlighted, and then come down and click on the FX logo here to open up the layer effects on screen. Right, so the first one I'm going to do is outline. So I'm going to put a tick in outline, then click on the word outline to give me the options. Now I'm only personally going to go for a very, very slight outline, so I'm going to go for 0.2, and it's very hard to see. It is there just about. You can make it larger if you want. Just the whole point about this sort of tutorial is you don't have to follow my colors or my settings. I'm just giving you a guideline. Have a bit of fun with it, experiment. You can try all sorts of things. So the next thing we're going to try is the bevel and emboss. So I'm going to put a tick in that and then click on the words to give me the options. Now by default it should be on pillow, but I'm going to change this to emboss, and the radius I'm going to have at 28, and soften I'm going to have at 11. Next we're going to be changing the direction. You can just change the direction by clicking on this little dot and moving it around and getting it to wherever you want, but I'm going to put this on 27 azimuth and 40 elevation, and that's the end on the bevel emboss changes. And then we're going to come to inner shadow, so put a tick into inner shadow, click on the name to get the options, and the radius I'm going to make 33, offset could be 30, and intensity is going to be very high, which is 93, which helps gives you this 3D looking effect. And to finish off the 3D looking effect, we are going to come to 3D. So put a tick into 3D, click on the word 3D to give us the options, and the radius is going to be 9.5, so that's 9.5. Soften 11, and if you click inside this black box you get a various types of profiles, ready-made ones, or I think you can make your own, but these ones are ready-made, and so I'm going to go for the fourth one from the left, that one there. So you can edit this if you want to, but I'm going to leave it on its default setting. So we have this profile, and the shininess I'm going to lower it down from its default of 80% down to 50%, and then close that. So basically that is the end of the tutorial. This is what you need to save as, unless you're going to make some extra alterations. You could save this as a JPEG, so you get the background as well, or you can then turn off the background and save this as a PNG. Just come under export, select PNG, and it will then save that as is, so you have no background at all. So that is the end really, so thank you for watching and goodbye.